Alright guys, welcome to Ask Yuri episode 6. Today we are answering a question from a young 16-year-old follower of mine on YouTube. And she asks, "Hi Yuri, I'm 16 years old and I weigh 191 pounds and stand at 5 foot 10 inches tall. 5 feet 10 inches tall. What would you recommend as the best exercise for me to lose weight?" Thank you. She doesn't really give her name. Alright, so a lot of these weight loss questions, I'm going to save you guys some time. A lot of the weight loss questions in regards to losing weight in specific areas, we've dealt with the love handles, the man boobs. If you want to lose weight in general, looking for the best exercise for your abdominals or anything, I'm going to give you the same answer every single time. So if you want to keep hearing this, then that's a good thing. If you don't, then stop asking the question. But that's okay. The questions are there for reasons, and that's totally fine. I'm here to, if I have to say the same thing 1,000 times, then that's what I'm going to do. What's the best exercise to help you lose weight? There is none. Like with your diet, right? There's no single food that is more powerful than your overall diet, right? Does that make sense? And the same thing with exercise, right? There's no single movement, no single exercise that is going to be bigger than the sum of your entire workout regime. However, having said that, there are exercises that are more effective for helping you build strength and burn more calories. For instance, if I'm sitting here and doing a bicep curl, right? The only muscles that I have involved are predominantly my biceps, right? Secondary might be the forearm flexors. Very small muscle groups, very, very, very low metabolic cost, which means that there's not a lot of calories that are going to be that are not being burned during this exercise itself, and there's very little calories being burned after this type of exercise as well. However, what if you could involve the biceps, the shoulders, the legs, all at the same time, right? Now instead of using maybe 5% of your muscle mass, you're using maybe 70% of your muscle mass or even more. And that's very, very powerful because, for instance, if I'm sitting down here, right, for me to go from a sitting position to standing, right, like so, right, requires a lot of muscles in the legs. And in fact, in the elderly, one of the, lifestyle tests that we do is called basically a sit to stand test. And you measure how long it takes an elderly person to go from a seated position to a standing position. Quad strength, leg strength is a big determinant of that, and it's a very simple thing, but the legs are powerful. There's a lot of muscle in the lower body, and because there's a lot of muscle, it's going to burn a lot of calories, because to fuel that muscle requires a lot of oxygen. So the more oxygen you bring into your body, the more calories you're going to burn. So think about this. More muscle involvement, more calories are being burned because more oxygen is required to fuel those muscles. Make sense? I don't want to get too crazy scientific here, but that's kind of in a nutshell how it works. So when it comes to best exercises, instead of doing a bicep curl, why not do a squat or a lunge walk with a bicep curl? You could do squat presses, you could do deadlifts, you could do squats, you could do all sorts of, think of them, next time you're working out, ask yourself this question. Which muscles are involved in this movement? And you don't worry about the names of the muscles, but just think about, is this movement, is it kind of eliciting the activation of more than just this muscle? Is maybe my core involved or my lower body involved? The more of these kind of, body parts you can get involved in a movement, the better off you're going to be for helping you lose weight. Because at the end of the day, you want, during a workout session, to burn as many calories as possible. But at the same time, you also want to build strength and build your lean muscles through strength training movements that will, over time, build your metabolic rate. And that's the key to losing weight, right? It's not so much the cardio, because the cardio is more of a short-term thing. You might have, the post-exercise oxygen consumption effect for up to 24 hours. That's great. But really, it's done after that. When you put on more muscle, and again, for women, don't worry, you're not going to turn into Schwarzenegger or a big bodybuilder. When you put on muscle, you increase your metabolic rate. And that's important because that's really what's going to fuel burning calories on a daily basis. So strength training, heavier weights, lower repetitions. Generally, I recommend 6 to 8 repetitions. So choosing a weight that only allows that repetition range, that's really going to challenge your muscles, and you're going to feel a big difference in your strength, in how you go about, performing tasks on a daily basis with much more ease, and you're also going to burn a lot more calories. So best exercise, anything that's going to be full body. I like a squat press. I think that's one of the best exercises. So if you have, for instance, dumbbells at your shoulders or even a barbell, and you're in a squat position, all you have to do is basically boom, up to standing. At the top, press the arms above the head. You're basically taking, to even make it better, bring the arms by the side, right down towards the floor, come right up, bring the hands up, and push up. So you're basically doing like a mock version of an Olympic lift, taking the weight from the floor to above your head, huge distance of movement, lots of muscles involved. That is the key. That's what you want to look for in the best exercise to help you lose weight. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for posting your question, and I will see you in episode number 7. And again, if you're looking for these kind of workouts, check out fitterufitness.com. This is really my creme de la creme of monthly workouts, all based on how athletes train to help you burn fat and get fit. So check it out, and until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.